417 Fox, your channel for the automotive DIY enthusiast. On today's video, I've got some pro tips for you on how to remove your window trim from your rear hatch, and also the same would apply to your front window trim. And if this is the kind of content that interests you, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and also turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming exciting videos that we have in store. Now, before I get started on the car, I have to go attend to something very important. It is a beautiful morning here in the Ozarks, and I have something very important to finish. I gotta finish this cup of coffee. All right, now that important things are taken care of, I got that coffee finished, now it's time to get to work. Two tools that you're gonna need to remove your rear hatch window trim. Also, this same applies to the front window trim, just a little bit different clips, but the same technique applies. I bought this from Amazon, probably had this tool for about a year. It is a trim remover tool. It's super inexpensive, but it works great. The other tool is some type of plastic prying device. This is actually an interior prying device that I bought a set of these from Harbor Freight. I like this one a lot when it comes to doing this job. The thing you've got to be really careful with when you're removing this rear hatch trim is that it is aluminum and it is super soft, and you can really bend it super easy. So you want to be careful, and that's why I use the wider tool. If you use a skinnier tool, you've got a lot more chance of, when you're prying it up, to actually put an indentation in there, and then you'll see that once you reinstall it. You may not even see it till it gets back down. Take the time to do it right, and you'll get a pro result that's DIY. Now, I've got a link down in the description of this video for this tool that I bought on Amazon. Now, anything that you buy on Amazon will help the channel out, so I appreciate all you folks that are already doing that. Now, this tool right here is super inexpensive, and I found that if I modified it just a little bit, it works a lot better on Fox Body specific window trim. So I'm going to show you what I did. Now, here's a picture of what it looks like on Amazon the way you buy it, okay? As you can see, these are a little wider and they're more rounded on your hooks, okay? Now, what I did with this, I took a Dremel, you could take a file, whatever works best for you, and shaved this down, made this part skinnier, also made it pointed instead of rounded, and I also took, I'm going to get a side angle so I can show you, I take these tips and they are bent up just a little bit, and I'll show you why. Okay folks, so I've got some good lighting on there, hopefully you can see in here. So the best way to do this is to go ahead and get your trim removal tool in here. You can pry it up just enough to where you can look over and find where that first clip is, right there. So it's right here, okay? So I want to get this trim removal tool. We're going to slide it down, and when I'm sliding this down, I am tipping it. I'm twisting the handle, so that way I'm going to catch more at the top. And once I catch this right here, get right behind that clip. Normally I would be putting my big head in your way, but I am not, because I want to make sure you can see this. Okay, I've got a hold of the top of the clip. Boom, just like that. That easy. I'm going to tell you guys, that was not hard at all. So what you do now, it's a little easier because you're going to be able to see a little bit better. You just start working your way up. I'll go to the next clip, and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so what I want to show you here is you're pulling this up, and take it slow. Do not force it. If you force it, you're going to end up damaging it. So as you work this tool, and if you'll see, you're wanting to get it right behind this clip right here, okay? And once you're able to twist this, and you're basically pushing this clip down as you're sliding between the trim channel right here. You get your trim channel right here. You're sliding in between that and here, and you're pushing down and twisting, and then once you do that, you can pull your pry up once you've got that partially released, and it'll pop right up. Hey guys, there's one other tip I wanted to show you. There's some of these that are going to be stubborn, and always the rear hatch is a lot harder than the front window trim. I ran into one here that was really stubborn, and I did not want to force it and end up damaging the trim. So I call this, I use this to take O-rings off of things. This little hook tool works really, really well. So if you've got this trim to where some of it's pulled up, you can get in there and see, and you can actually catch one side of that retainer. You can pop it loose by getting behind it and twisting this. Then there's actually, and I'm going to show you here, I'm going to take this off and show you. Behind this trim, there is an open spot. So so that tool is only usually going to get you one side of this loose. Once that is loose, one side of it, and the other side is still clipped, you can actually take some, I use a plastic trim tool and push, and this will pop right up. Another quick tip and trick that you can use if you've got some that are being very stubborn for you. All right, fellas. After a few temper tantrums, I've gotten through a few of them that have been probably some of the hardest clips that I have ever taken off. But just remember, even though you want to throw something, even though you want to force it, perseverance will get you there. Still take time, don't force it, and it'll go. I had to tell myself that multiple times. So I wanted to make sure I got you a good camera angle so you could really see what's going on, because part of the problem with doing this, it's really hard to see. You have to get yourself in a position where you can kind of get your head cocked around so you can see where that clip's at and how it's on there and holding the channel. So what I want to do here is pull back here. Now I'm only pulling it back so I can see what I'm doing, and this is one of those that my normal tool here has not been successful. So I'm going to pull the hook out, and it's just whatever works best for you. I can tell you this works good and the other works good. The other is faster if the clips are not so embedded into that channel. But what you can do with this, you're only going to get half of it out. You can take your hook. All right, so I'm going to try to get this hook slid right behind the clip and the channel. And once I do that, I want to be able to twist. See, I'm pushing down now on this clip. Now once I've got it to where I'm pushing down, I should be able to pull up at the same time and pull it over. That did not take that much force, but as I was pushing this clip down and over, I'm trying to slide it and push it over just like that while I'm putting pressure this way. And as you can see, that son of a gun was on there. Usually they come off a lot easier than that. Just depends on the car. Also, this car has got a lot of debris inside of this channel, which does not help. If it was a really clean car, I'll tell you that. So the 417 Fox, when I did that one, that car was a garage clean its whole life. I think this car lived on gravel roads most of its life. So that does not help anything when it comes to these channels being, you know, once they get a bunch of dirt and everything around them, they're not going to pull out as easy. But just know, if you take your time, get it positioned right, you're not going to tear this up. All right, guys, I want to show you exactly how those clips fit into that trim. This is the bottom molding off of that rear hatch. Each one of these openings is a clip. Now, this is window. This side would be body. This is window side. That's body side. Flip this upside down. I'm going to get it at just the right angle so you can see. This clip that I took off is in here just like this. This clip is in here just like this right here. I want to make sure I get this light where you guys can see it. See this clip? This is exactly how it is holding that in there. So if you think about that, it's pretty dang difficult to get something behind this portion of the clip to release it, right? And I'm going to tell you, these things are in there. So that tool that I showed you, as you're sliding it this way, what you're trying to do is get it right in behind this clip. And what you do, you twist, and that's going to release the clip as you're prying up. All right guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. This job was not as easy as I hoped, but that's real life, right? You tackle into a job, you go on YouTube, you watch the videos, they make it look super simple and easy. Well, this one was not. This one was the toughest window trim I've ever taken off. Now, both of these tools were great. I had to resort to using this on some of them. This works great on most of them, and every one of them was not easy. These clips fought me all the way. But again, if you take your time and you really work through it slowly and methodically, you'll be just fine, and this will come off without damaging the trim. I will say this, the rear hatch trim is a lot harder to take off than your front trim, and the reason why that is your retainer clips are actually just a little bit wider than the front clips. So usually those, once you get one side of those pop loose, they pop off real easy. Where the rear retainers, they're a lot wider, so even if you get one side released, it's still holding on to that other side. So you almost have to, in many cases, get both sides of that clip at the same time, and of course that's not always realistic. So just know, if time, patience, perseverance, it will pay off and you can get these off. And I'll show you how to paint this stuff in an upcoming video. I'll see y'all next time.